And we're on the air. Welcome to Z School 20.5. Today's topic is Zoho SalesIQ. It's another Zoho app. It connects to Zoho CRM. I really like it. I consider it to be low-hanging fruit. It's easy to set up, easy to learn. It gives you something you didn't have yesterday. And it's not very much money, and quite, in fact, if you have it with you do have it with Zoho One, but even if you have to, it's very inexpensive and sometimes free. So let's talk about what it is, how you set it up, and how you use it. And I'm going to go between two systems today. I normally teach on a demo system. So Zoho SalesIQ is part of your website. What it does is it lets you see who's on your site, what brought them there, what pages they're in. And it also optionally lets you chat with people on your site. And I ask a lot of customers, like how many people visit your site in a day? How many leads do you get? And a lot of people don't know. They just answer the phones. This is another channel. Now customers can communicate with you and not use phones. They can chat with you online. I'm sure we've all done chat. This is chat for you. And it's been very powerful for some of our customers. That's just our own empirical evidence. Some people, their sites aren't very busy. Mine's not always busy. But I learned a lot about my site, and I'm making my site better because we use it. So let's talk about what it is. I'm going to switch over to the test system. And this is Zoho's page on SalesIQ. It's an odd name, but that's what they call it. And it says track and engage visitors. So it will tell you when someone visits your site where they're from. It'll tell you what kind of computer and browser they have. It just helps you understand if people are using a phone or if they're using a desktop. You'll see if they've been a returning visitor or new visitor. You can chat with them. It'll actually translate foreign languages. And you can do a screen share. So if they call you up and they need help with something and you want to see their screen, you can actually initiate. All of this connects to CRM. So you can say if someone identifies themselves, you need an email address or a name, they'll put themselves in your CRM system as a lead for you. And so I want to walk through the setup of it, and then we'll give a little demo of it. So I'm in a demo system that has never been set up for Zoho SalesIQ. So if you're setting up for the first time, you'll see a lot of the same things. I'm going to quickly go back and see if we have any questions in chat. My audio is going in and out. Can anybody else agree? If that's true, I'll switch over to a phone connection. I would have thought I'm sorry. Okay, give me a minute to join by phone. Okay, sorry about that. How do I sound now? Good thing I check chat once in a while. Way better. All right, thanks everyone. We'll get through this. All right, so back to my user system. This is, again, a two-user demo system Zoho provides us, so we can go in here and break things. It's not my production system. But I don't have a website for this demo system, so I can't attach it to a test website. Someday we'll do that. So if you have Zoho One, you want to go into your Zoho One Admin Center. You need to be an admin. You go to Applications, and you have to add. You go to Add Application, and you find SalesIQ, and you add it. I've already done that. But now that you've added it, it will be on your list of applications in your user home panel. And so here's all the applications I've turned on, and there's SalesIQ. So I'm going to click on SalesIQ for the first time, essentially. And when I do, I'm going to get a message saying I haven't set up a website yet. So it takes me right to this page. They make this as easy as possible. If your website is set up, you won't see the screen. But this little bit of code here needs to be put into your website. And if you want to enable live chat, which you might want our help with just because there's some settings. You don't want to chat at 3 in the morning kind of thing. You can say, no, I don't want to have chat, or I do. And you can turn this on later. You're not committed to anything. But it's also very easy to just say, send this code to your web developer. So if you do that, the instructions and the code are right there, and you just put in the person's email address. That's your webmaster. He'll have the keys to your website, and he can add this code. It should take him 2 minutes. You can also copy the code. Zoho will quite often do it for you. So they make it as easy as possible. And so once you do that, then you can start setting up all kinds of rules. And to do that in SalesIQ, we're going to go down to settings. But there's a million settings in here. I'm going to go through a lot of the major ones. There's so much you can do with this. We can't cover it in 30 minutes, but I always think you should just start simple and slow and then add features once you get your head around it and see how useful this is for you. So in the settings, you want to add users that will be allowed to, say, man the website. Generally, they're people who are at their computers all day. You can have multiple departments. Again, I recommend you have one. All right, I'm going to mute somebody. Okay. So the idea with departments is you may have many websites that people go to. You might have 3 or 4 websites. And also you might have people in accounting where customers can go to a page about billing issues or something, or customer service issues. You may have a tech support department with a web page there where people can go and chat about technical issues. And so you can actually you can assign different people to different websites. That's really what this is. But again, it's nice that they're called departments. We'll have one for now. It's called our demo 112.3, and we've got our 2 users can both run the site. User 1 is an administrator, and then user 2 is an associate. He just kind of mans the site, doesn't get to set the rules. Zobot is a super advanced feature. We don't even use it yet, but it's artificial intelligence on your site where people can ask questions and the robot will actually answer them. You have to set it up. I think we've had experience calling the cable company, and they always tell you just to reboot your system. I find it not useful, but Zoho's going there. So they're going to actually have intelligent agents on your website. It's part of the product. In the company, we haven't set anything up here, but you can and you should put in your address, put in your logo. You can also put your picture in there. I'll show you where that shows up. People can kind of see who they're communicating with. The important stuff's kind of at the bottom. We want to set our time zone. Right now it's set to Pacific. And if you're on the East Coast, these time zones here are something the internet calls Olsen time. You'll see that there are many Eastern time zones because not every county goes to daylight savings time. Some of the islands in the Caribbean don't. So when you get down here to Eastern, you're going to see lots of choices. Eastern, there's Louisville, Montreal, because they're all a little bit different. Iqaluit, which is the northern territories of Canada. So what you want to do is I do a search here, and I type in new_York. It's just easier to find. This is an official internet time zone, but the daylight savings time will change when it's right. That's the one you want to use. So, and then a little bit farther down is something called business hours. Over here in the corner, they're yelling at me to put that code on the site. I will say remind you later. You want to configure your business hours because if you're going to do chat, you probably aren't going to man your website 24 hours a day. So you can pick the days of the week, and, you know, we could say Monday, I will work 9 to 5, not 6. Tuesday, I'd like a lunch, and so I will go to 12, and then I will start. I'm double clicking here to go into a, so you can kind of configure hours. And these are the hours your chat will be live. So I've set this up for 2 days a week. We'll save it. So these are the kind of settings a lot of people forget to do on the first setup. And let's go to portal settings, see if we need to do anything here. These are just kind of options. We can allow us to send a file to a visitor. We can enable remote assistance, turn on Google Translation. I think we will. Make it automatic. It will kind of sense that someone's speaking in French. You can treat idle operators as offline. I'll show you that. Right now, this thing it says I'm available for chat. Now the code's not set up, so nobody can hit a website and chat with me. But I am making the myself available to talk. If I don't want to, I just turn that off, and now I'm busy. So, and I can also set idle time like I'm at lunch. And you can have a concurrent chat limit. Maybe you have 10 people who can man the website, but you don't want all 10 talking to 10 different people because it's, you know, you can set it. Just put a number in there. And so there's a lot of settings in here. I'd tell you to go through them. I like the daily report, the daily statistics. Every day I get a report on how many people visited my site, what pages they went to, how many were returning, things like that. And then I get a weekly report. I also get a monthly report somewhere. If a visitor wanted to chat and nobody was available, I get a notification. I get an email that says, hey, somebody wanted to talk and nobody was there. So those are kind of settings. If someone gets on there and chats and wants to talk about, you know, some spammy thing, they want to lower your credit card rates or something, you can block that IP and they won't be allowed to chat with you again. Here's where we set up all of our different websites. For now, use one, but you can have multiple sites. Under automation, this is more advanced stuff, but we can have like routing. So if someone says, hey, I need tech support, it goes to an operator in tech support. We can have triggers on certain words, rules that says if a certain word is used or something, I want it to go here. And finally, I'll skip lead scoring, but again, the more somebody visits, the more pages or more time they spend on your site, the more like points they acquire. If you get a lot of visitors in a day, you might want to score your leads and call the highest scoring ones first because they seem to have spent more time and engaged with your site more. And then finally, there's integrations. This one's important. And I've got integration set up with Zoho CRM and also Zoho Desk. So someone can actually create a Zoho Desk ticket. We haven't talked about it yet in school, but we're going to. I can also set up Zoho Assist, allows me to do desktop support, and Zoho Campaigns is email marketing. There's a whole bunch of other things this will integrate with. Some of them are quite expensive. For instance, this Clearbit Reveal, it can be $500 to $1,000 a month, but it will tell you who the person is without them telling you. You'll see that all Zoho can tell you is like where they're from, their IP address, and whether they visited you. But if someone doesn't give you their name, you won't know exactly who they are. Clearbit won't always know, but they'll tell you, you know, this person works at Apple. I don't know what you can do with the information, but they'll tell you that they'll give you better information. There's MailChimp integration. So there's a lot of stuff here that Zoho Salesforce works with. There's HubSpot here, Google Analytics. So the settings area is like a one-time thing. You set this up, we can help you, but you want to set your hours. You want to set up like how you want this to look and feel for people. And now what I'm going to do is actually switch over to my system and show you a live system that works, that is connected to my website. So I'm going to switch off. I'm going to go look at chat, see if we have any new. Can you have more than one website supported with this? Yes. You know what? I'll go back to the pricing here. I do want to show you. There are a few levels of Zoho SalesIQ. If you have Zoho 1, you have it. Here's pricing. I'll just show you. There actually is a free version. It's a little, you have one website per portal, so I'm trying to answer your question, AJ. If you're on the free version, the answer is no. If you're on the basic, which is $17 a month, this is not per user. This is for the entire company. You get 3 websites, and then there's the professional, which is what everyone under Zoho 1 has, and they get 5 websites. And then, of course, if you need way more, you can buy more. But the free is actually free, and it allows you to chat with 100 people a month. For many of our clients, that's been enough. But, you know, the professional here, you get unlimited chat sessions. Here you get 1,000. So you can run a pretty busy website with this, and we have. Good question. Thank you. Let's go back to, all right. So I'm going to go to my SalesIQ, and this here is my lonely site. None of you are on it. If somebody wants to open up a tab and go to 123.com, all spelled out, I will too. So here's my website, and you'll see down here in the corner, there's this little chat widget, and it says we're online. So it knows that I've made myself available, and if not me, then someone in my company. See, I'm available. Here's somebody named Trevor. That's me. Last time I put my name in there, I called myself Trevor, I think. Anyway, this is what the customer sees. It's just a little box down here. By the way, you can customize these colors and the appearance of it. That's all something, you know, if we get time today, I'll show you how to do that real quick. But if I were a visitor to the site, I can click in here. This pops up, got my logo in it. I called myself Trevor DeMarco. I'll go back to calling myself Jeff Holden. I will say I need help with Z School. And I start the chat down here. So I'm going to get this kind of rude noise. I've got it customized to alert me by playing noise here. I'm getting a desktop notification. Oh, here comes the rest of you. This already knows that, you know, my name is Jeff Bolden, that this guy wants to talk, and I can accept or I can ignore it. Maybe I'm busy right now and I don't really want to talk to that person, but I can accept the chat, and now we're in a chat. I'm also seeing over here information from Zoho Desk, and I should see CRM information. That's interesting. I got desk information, but not Zoho. I think because I got 2 things turned on. But I can chat with them there. How can I help? By the way, you can set up canned messages here. So if you say the same thing all the time, you can have some canned messages. I don't have any. I just start talking to people. I'm actually going to turn this chat off for a minute and just show you what you see here, because I see others of you have got on. Over here in the top left, it tells me there are 4 people on my website. And here they are. I've set up something here called I call it a radar plot. And it is, thanks, AJ. I'll call you Bernie because that's a Bernie trick. Free money. So anyway, AJ just started talking. So I've got 2 chats going here. I got my chat with Jeff, which I ended, and then I got my chat with AJ. Go back here. So here's AJ in the outer ring, and that's because I've got these rings defined by the number of visits. That's I can customize this over here, and it's by how many visits a person has. I could also do it by how much time they spend on the site. A lot of ways of looking at it. And I could also just look at a list here. These are people who visited me more than 10 times, more than 5 times, more than 0, so once or twice. And these are brand new people who have never visited me before. Zoho puts a cookie on your machine, so we know that AJ may have gone onto my site with a different machine, but on this machine, it's his first visit. So I'm going to go back to the radar plot. I'm going to actually click on AJ. They're all American flags. It's telling me they're in America. If I go in here, there's a location. It says Dallas, Texas. AJ, I don't know why. It's because you're on AT&T, I think. That's not good, but it says you're running Chrome on a Windows machine. You've been on for 3 minutes. Here's the page you were on. It actually knows, it found your email address and it told me your company name and your phone. We'll look at this visitor here. That's probably Cameron. He's in Lockport. He's visited me 89 times, one of my guys. There's an artificial intelligence engine that says he's visited my site so much he has a 47.11% chance of buying something. Again, I can initiate a chat with him. I can just go in here and say, hi, Cam. I don't recommend you do that. Most people get a little freaked out when the website starts communicating with them. I let them initiate chats, but I can chat with him. Sometimes I can tell it's a scammer from some company, and I just bark at him and tell him to get out. So this is who's on the site and where they're at. I can see in the case of Lori here, here's a visit she made on August 22nd. Then she spent 8 seconds on the home page and then 6 minutes and 39 seconds here. Then she visited again. So you get to actually see every visit. So there's quite a bit of information that will teach you who visits your site, how they got there, and what pages they go to. In fact, I'm going to get a first-time visitor here. Who's this person? This was a direct. If they found me through Google or if they found me through some other website, it would actually tell me where they came from, how they found me. So I get to go through these things and see, like, I used to think people would read our blogs a lot, but they're really like looking for technical support, mostly answers to questions. And that's what I like about this product is a lot of people don't want to navigate your phone robot. They don't want to leave a message. They want to they will chat with you over the internet. Some people will. So this is how you get noticed when someone comes on your site. If they want to chat, you get a little thing down here in the corner. You get some music playing. If you don't want the music, you can turn it off. If you want to make yourself unavailable, you can turn yourself off up here. And then finally, I want to show you some of the reporting. One of the ones I like is visitor history here. Even if I don't man the website, you'll see some people. This is real data who visited my site. There's a guy from China here, Beijing. He just went to my home page for 1 minute, 6 seconds. and he typed directly. It says direct traffic, and he's a new visitor. So, you know, spent 1 minute. Then there's somebody here from Germany. He also spent 1 minute, 2 seconds. He found me through a search engine. This is all in your report. I can see his activities for, you know, this month, but he's a new user too. Here's somebody from India, Mexico City, I'm sorry. He's got an ACT problem he spent 2 minutes on. Let's try an American, Omaha, Nebraska. He downloaded a file, and he's a returning visitor, so I can actually see all his activity. For the week, he just did that, but for the month, he did 2 things. So he's made 2 visits, and so I can actually go through this and see, like, who's on my website and why. Somebody from Portland. Trying to find something interesting here. I actually had a good one on maybe Monday. See if I can find it. Got to remember which one it is, and the reason is it was you know what, it'll be in chat history. This Justin guy, it's interesting. He's in the concert business, and he wants some Zoho creator help, but this was a chat we had. And the reason he wants to do it now is all the concerts have been canceled, and I was able to answer a lot of questions. So this guy just hit my website, opened up a chat, and now I will go into Zoho CRM and I will find him. Because you want to see what it looks like in the CRM side. This is him right here. He's a lead. And the chat created a follow-up task. Mostly what I wanted to show you was down here under Zoho SalesIQ. I see in the CRM record every one of his visits. And so he spent 32 minutes on my site. He went to 3 pages. I can actually click on this and get way too much detail about the pages and how much time he spent. It also tells me things like what kind of browser he used. A lot of detail, but also going back to his record, the entire chat is in his notes. It's right here. I can open this. Why can't I open this? Well, the PDF is right here. It also got attached to his record as a PDF. So the entire chat is right there. And you can see it's 3 pages of conversation. So when somebody chats with you, they put themselves in the system, and the chat itself goes in the system as well, goes into CRM. So that's kind of a quick look at Zoho SalesIQ. Takes about 20 minutes to set up and maybe an hour to train your people if you do it very simple and don't have a lot of sites and a lot of automation. For now, you just want to like see if people go on your site and if they want to chat. And, you know, then we can turn on Clearbit or Lead Forensics and, you know, pay them lots of money and you can start integrating it. I would recommend you integrate with CRM. We also have Descon so that when somebody chats, it creates a support ticket. So it's 11:30. That was my discussion on Zoho SalesIQ. I will stop recording and take messages. AJ, I'll take the AJ automatically show. Does that automatically show up in his record, or do you have to add SalesIQ to the layout?